Hello.
इसका ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yes. You
perfect,
are.
perfect. Hello and welcome to India Today Global. I am Pranay Upadhyay and we are getting you all the latest update from the war zone of Iran-Israel war, which is intensifying, and I am getting my colleague who is reporting from ground zero, Shivani Sharma. Shivani, over to you. What are the latest update? We are getting the reports that now Israel is facing another salvo of Iranian missile attack. What is the ground situation there and what you can tell us?
See, Pranay, this has been the longest duration of attack since this whole conflict began, and this is the 11th day, Pranay. And we are trying to move and make our way to that place where this attack has happened. This place is Ashdod, where this attack has happened. These missile salvos have come and they are saying that this is the longest duration of air raid sirens since the start of the war against Iran. Because I was moving and I was in fact speaking to you. I was telling you that I'm moving to one of the impact sites, but en route in the middle of the highway, I received a siren alert and I had to rush to a shelter. I remained in the shelter for almost more than 30 minutes. So this was in fact the highest, the longest duration for which I had to be in this shelter. And what I'm getting told is that the IDF has now given information about this whole situation, Pranay. This is an escalating situation. Another attack that was witnessed yesterday was a big attack on Tel Aviv, on Haifa, and other important locations. But this attack is being said that this is one of the
very important point you are making, Shivani, here, that this is the longest time of the missile attack, because in which the sirens were sounded in the region. But what can you tell us about the air raid activities in the Israeli skies? Because today in the morning we got reports that Israel has carried out the air raids and air strikes on various cities of Iran.
You're right, Pranay. Actually, the IDF had informed that the Israeli Air Force is conducting various military strikes on the military sites inside Iran. That means Israel had taken some targets in Iran, and what we have witnessed right now in Israel was a retaliatory or a counter attack that came in from Iran. But this is, in fact, one of the biggest one. What I'm being told that this place which witnessed this huge attack, the whole electricity has been cut in that area. So this is actually a big attack that Israel has witnessed in last 10 days. What the Home Front Command has said that additional missiles were launched towards state of Israel, and people were requested to continue to follow the instructions. The aerial defense array was currently identifying and intercepting the threats, but the threat was in fact big, Pranay, because the kind of updates I'm getting. I was in the shelter, there was no signal, no network out there, totally cut off. But yes, I could sense, because the time was quite long for being in that shelter. Because since I'm in Israel, I've been to a shelter. There have been around 5 sirens which I have seen, and after which I had to be in the shelter. But this one was the longest, in fact, in terms of the duration. So there are updates that are coming in, that multiple missiles have fallen down.
Shivani, is Ashdod the only city which has been targeted, or there are multiple attacks on targeting various cities of Israel?
See, Pranay, I'm still trying to gather some more information, and what I'm being told that this was not the only attack that has happened. There were multiple missiles that were launched towards Israel from Iran. But yes, I'm trying to gather more inputs that were all. What I'm also being told that in the southern part of Israel, also there were 2 missile attacks there that have been that were neutralized. There is some damage. I'm trying to confirm this information, because this is I'm just getting all the alerts as I'm out. of the shelter, Pranay. But certainly this was a big attack, another big blow for Israel, where people were
certainly a big blow because Shivani, if you see the location, the map location of Ashdod is a coastal city of Israel. It is on the Mediterranean side of Israel. So clearly, if Iran could hit Ashdod, which is like crossing all the way from the territories along adjoining countries, and also crossing over the entire Israel and hitting Ashdod, which is the coastal city, this clearly shows that the Israeli air defense system somewhere is not working that efficiently, which people might have thought.
You're absolutely right, Pranay. What Israel was witnessing when it was in conflict with Yemen, with Houthis in Yemen, and earlier when we were seeing that Hezbollah and Hamas were also fighting Israel, the kind of missiles that used to come towards Israel were not that impactful. In fact, they were neutralized in the air, and it is different this time. The kind of intense capability missiles that are coming from Iran side this time are making a lot of damage. That means that they are not 100% neutralized by the air defense systems of Israel. So that's what we were speaking the other day, that now the capability of Israel's air defense system, be it the David Sling or the Iron Dome or the other Arrow missile systems that are deployed by Israel to save its airspace, are actually not able to intercept certain missiles of Iran. These are the hypersonic missiles that are coming inside the skies of Israel.
Shivani, tell me something about Shivani, tell me something about the intensity of these air raid sirens in last 24 hours, especially after US has carried out the B-2 stealth, bomber strikes in Iran and Iranian nuclear facilities. Has the air raid sirens gone up, or what did you notice about the alerts?
Yes, I'm keeping a record of all these air sirens that are being given out by Home Front Command. So when the United States attacked the nuclear sites inside Iran, since then we have seen 3 major sirens which have come. One was at 7:30 yesterday, when we saw that there were 27 missiles that were launched inside Israel at different locations, including Tel Aviv, Haifa, and there were significant ground. And again in the night around 3 a.m. there was another siren where the city center of Tel Aviv was alerted. The other areas like Haifa were alerted. Multiple cities across Israel, they were sounded by these sirens. And this, what we faced right now, happens to be the third big alert that has come since United States has attacked Iran. And this one, in fact, was the biggest and longest duration alert, because the air activity, the air raids continued for a very long period of time, the impact of which is quite evident. It has been caught on some cameras, and we are trying to show those pictures also to our viewers. So this is the biggest attack so far in last 11 days. Today is the 11th day of this conflict.
I'm sure, Shivani, you must be talking to the local people as well there. What is the common Israelis are talking about? What is their reaction about this conflict? And are they prepared if this conflict prolongs?
People are certainly going through this impact. They are struggling. They are worried, but they are resilient too at the same time. They say that there's no option here. What Israel is doing is necessary, because if Israel doesn't do, anyways, Iran is going to hit Israel when it completes its nuclear program, and when it hands over the missile systems to its proxies, probably. So they have to fight. They have to take this war. However long it becomes, however difficult things get for them, but they are ready to face any kind of challenges, and they are standing in solidarity with the government, and government is also trying to take care.
A last question, Shivani, since you are reporting from ground, I'm sure you must have captured all the damages which are visible there in Israel. This is one of the biggest impact which Israelis must have seen in last many years, because this is for the first time they are in this century, they are in conflict with a state. So what is the magnitude of damage you have seen there? And this war is also turning out to be very costly for Israel.
Yes, you are absolutely right, Pranay. The cost is not only of the infrastructure, but also of the human life. Around 4 lives have been lost so far in Israel. In last few decades, in fact, Israel has not seen such magnitude of a war. It was since October 2023. It was in conflict with the Hamas neutralizing Hezbollah's and other proxies or the other groups. But what is happening now, since last 10 days, happens to be the biggest impact, where not only the human life is endangered, there are 24 casualties, there are hundreds of injured people who are undergoing treatment, but a lot of loss of infrastructure, and that too of the economic hubs inside Israel, the business centers, the banks, and the residential areas. So that damage is actually not easy for Israel to take. Israel is taking the countermeasures. It's trying to focus on saving human lives first and to take that step ahead with its military operations, not to stop before it achieves those goals which it started of completely wiping out the nuclear capabilities of Iran. And United States is also supporting it in this.
Yes. Thank you very much, Shivani, for bringing all these latest updates from ground zero in Israel. And do keep safe and travel safe and report all the good stories from there and like the latest update which we bring through you to all our viewers at India Today Global. Thank you very much.